Hey everyone, I'm Jason Peacock. Welcome back to one of my board gaming blogs where I just talk about what I've been playing lately and what I'm thinking of them. You can also check out some of my reviews over on the Dice Tower. I just put out a Bunny Kingdom one, which you can find over there. Alright, so let's just jump in it. I've been playing a ton of stuff. Actually, let's see, I've got 10 games off the top of my head, and I think I'm going to break this into two, and I'll do 5 and 5. So let's start off with this miniatures board game that I actually hadn't heard of it till my brother got it for me for my birthday. Aliens vs. Predator, The Hunt Begins, it's called. It's a second edition version of the game. Ideally, it's a 3-player game. One person's the aliens, another person's the predators, and another player is the marines. I played a bunch of the solo mode where you can use the predators with the marines and you fight the AI aliens which keep coming at you. I played a few scenarios of this to learn the rules, and the rules do have a deep learning curve. There's like a 75-page rule book. Once you know everything, it's pretty easy to get the game rolling. You're certainly not too bogged down. And printing out some of the reference sheets on BGG was a huge help. So let's just talk about the gameplay of that. Now, I played Predators against my brother, who was the Marines, and we had no alien player. So the first cool thing about the game is each team has their own objectives. It's not just straight up go kill the other team. However, if you do kill the whole other team, you win. The asymmetrical feel is really great. Like the Predator's got the smart disc that you can throw around corners. They've got the camouflage. If you see them, they can quickly actually appear another zone away. So first play of this, it's got a really great D20 system as well with the attack. Everything is a skill stat, whether it's close combat, ranged, and you need to roll equal to or under with the modifiers. 1s are always successes and 20s are always fumbles. One play only, other than the solo stuff I played, and I think very highly of this game. I ordered a bunch of expansion stuff from the company. I liked it so much just based on that first play, and I plan on doing an in-depth review of this over on the Dice Tower, so look for that soonish, whenever I can get a full 3-player game in anyway. So Aliens vs. Predator, it's some of the best resin miniatures I've ever seen. I painted up the Preds, take a look here, and my brother's Marines were painted up as well, so it's always nicer when you can get some painted dudes on the map. Alright, moving on. Okay, I finally got to try Viticulture. A good friend brought this game over, and I've always heard it was really good. Jamie Stagmeyer, who designed Scythe, which I love. I had very high hopes for this. It's a game about making wine and selling wine. And the reason I've never really played it up to that point is the theme didn't really grab me. Is it unique? Yeah, sure it is. But I didn't think... it's kind of like Castles of Burgundy. I know that's a good game, but I look at the box and I'm like, But I'm sure if I sat down and played it, I would love it. But anyways, I flat out fell in love with this game. I love it. This might be my favorite worker placement game. I was blown away by how much I liked it. In fact, by the time I was done, I had already ordered my own copy, and it's on the way with the expansion. It's a worker placement game, and the board is divided into 2 seasons. You've got the winter season and the summer season. You've got your pool of workers, like every worker placement game, and if you spend them all in the summer doing summer type actions, then they're not going to be available in the winter. And you know, you're getting these cards to put on your fields. You're growing certain types of grapes, and depending on how long you grow your grapes and stuff like that, will affect the quality of the wine, and then the better quality of wine you end up selling, the more points you get. And I really like that, but the thing that really smacked this game home was the cards. the fall and the spring seasons, or because summer is a placement phase, and then you grab a card in summer, and then you got the winter phase, and then you're taking fall cards or something like that. But working your strategy around the cards, akin to a game like Agricola, I really loved it. Like, I am bonkers about this game. Okay, so Viticulture, love the game. It's awesome. It's worth all the recognition it gets. All right, next is a party game. This is like a 4 to 8 player game called Secrets. It's co-designed by Eric Lang and Bruno Feduti. And it's like your Resistance style game. Everybody gets an identity in these really beautiful plastic discs. And everyone takes turn drawing from a stack of character cards. Once you have 2 different ones reveal, you choose one of them in secret. Everybody can see what the 2 were. And then you offer it to another player. If they don't take it, then the player that offered it has to take it. And they have different abilities that resolve for that player. The catch is that at the end of the game, whoever has the most points in front of them based on these players wins as a team. So you're trying to figure out who's on your team, and you want to offer them good cards. And the other thing is your identities can change during the game, because these characters really mix things up. You can like swap 2 players' identities, but they don't know what their new identity is and stuff like that. It's a lot to keep track of, and it's more just ridiculous fun than it is strategy, because you just have no idea of knowing what your role might be at certain points. So at the end of the game comes around, it's like, oh, wonderful, I won. But I've only played a couple of games of it. It's the kind of game I would love to sit down and being only a 15-20 minute game and bang off like 3 or 4 of these games and really get into it. So I'm not giving it a full review. I'm just saying that I like it. I like it, and it's fun, and I need to explore it a bit more. All right, next game, Bunny Kingdom. Drafting game. I'm not going to go too into depth on this one because I just did a review that's posted on the Dice Tower, but it's a drafting game. You are taking cards, and based on the card you're going to grab, you're going to put a bunny onto a board, and the amount of bunnies you have, like in a adjacent section, is worth points. But things really get shaken up when you start drafting cards. It gives you endgame strategy. Like, you get 10 points if you have a bunny in each of the 4 corners, or you get 20 points if you control 7 kingdoms that produce carrots, stuff like that. As a drafting game, I absolutely love it, and the more I play, the more I like this game. My biggest gripe with it is just it's got a really tiny board, and it could have afforded to have a much bigger board in the box. So just check out my review. I'll put the link down below. Okay, next game, Lazer Ryderz. This is a game that emulates that Tron video game where everybody's driving around on a bike, and you have to make sure you don't hit your own tail or crash into someone else's, and you're trying to pick up as many points before you blow up and crash. That is almost exactly the game. You are just a trail of light, and you're trying to, like X-Wing style, based on your speed, guide yourself into these little crystals that'll give you points. As soon as you can collect the 3 points, you win the game. But your aim has to be pretty good. You got to run right down the middle of these things, and you can also steal them back from other players. Got to play it a couple of times now. Again, not enough to give it a full review, but it's a very unique game, and I've only played 2-player, and really looking forward to maybe playing a chaotic 4-player game of this. And the graphic design of the box, where it looks like a bunch of old beat-up VHS, just speaks to the theme of this game. All right, so that's it. I'm trying to keep these things in a manageable amount of time, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about another 5 in a separate video, so that'll be posted right after this one. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it, and if you like what I do, then subscribe, and I'll see you next time.